And the mic over to you.
Gotcha.
All right. You can introduce yourself now.
All right. Hi, I'm going to say Jeremy. I'm Janaya Scott. I live in or around Pittsburgh, PA. And I have a Twitter person. It's like the only platform I actually care about. And tweet all the time. Like basically look for cool stuff and to stay informed because it's just like getting information in real time. And you DM me and here we are. That's what happens nowadays. People slide your DMs and make things happen.
Hey, and it's awesome because as you were telling me your story before we recorded the interview, you had a lot going on for yourself already though. It seems like you have a lot, like pretty much good grip going on for yourself. You did say you were in school. You were in school.
Yeah.
So what were you going to school for? What were you majoring in?
I was finishing my MBA in finance.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So what?
I already have a bachelor's in business management, which is funny. I originally went to college to be a psychologist, but then like I had an epiphany that like I'm not the person who can't take stuff home with me. So I was like, we're going to switch to business. So I switched to business, which was fine. Like I like math, it didn't like me, but as I told you before, I had an unchecked learning disability that went on for over a decade, which explained a lot. And, I had a bunch of, I'm the person I always said, if I didn't have bad luck, I have no luck. But because I just always had this dark cloud over me. So I always had to be optimistic because like, can't be terrible forever. It was terrible for a while. It was terrible for a while. Like I would be horrible thing. I didn't mean horrible things. It's not like, oh, my boyfriend dumped me. I mean, like my family lost the house, like my grandma died and my mom sucks.
Wow.
Like it's like it just stuff like that piling on top of each other, on top of my first boyfriend breaking up with me. Like he just let me just throw it on there for you. I'm like, men are trash. No offense to you. Just like that. Just bad timing. I'm like, sir, my life's falling apart. Okay, we're breaking up. Like, cool. Thanks. And also being like one of the first Black people in my family to go to college.
Ooh, like, see, and that's always the best, though.
Everyone says it's the best. I think it's the worst because you're not prepared. No one really tells you the truth of what you have to do in college. Like no one prepares you for having. And I also went to a PWI institute because I went to a state college in Pennsylvania. It's Pennsylvania. Okay, there's sticks here. And of course, I went to a state college because I'm broke. Like I didn't think I could go anywhere else, so I went to a state college. No beef to state colleges. I meet a lot of great people. You meet all people from all walks of life. Like, love that. I love meeting new people. I love going to places. It was like the reason I went to like travel outside the state and meeting new people. We had international students that me and my friends became really good friends with, still friends with today, from like Lebanon and Bahrain and all that shit. It's super fun, super chill. Literally met an African ambassador's daughter. She was tits. Love her. She's gorgeous. She has her own Instagram. Yeah, well, anyway, you go through life and stuff and live your life. More bad stuff happens, and you just push through it. And most recently, I thought things were about to look up, and then COVID happened. I don't know if you saw the sentiment. Like, I don't know if you were like, I think us millennials and like the Gen Zs, we all just flock to the internet. Okay, we have nothing else to do. We're on the internet. We're trying to talk to people. We miss people, mostly. We miss people. And the main consensus I got, millennials, someone tweeted, is it me? Or did we millennials finally were getting our shit together and then they shut the world down?
Yep, that was true. That did happen.
I swear. I was like, I read that and I had such a... that was a fact and a half. I never had this less of a debt. I never had this much money in my account. I had a job that I kind of liked, but I really did hate it. Like the love of my life finally found me because I gave up. He found me. I was really just not here. I was really just here to just be single and maybe be a sugar baby because I was fine with it. I was like, I'm not dealing with men anymore. They're gonna pay my bills. Let's be done. I'm over it. I'll be a single mom. Not single mom and like I'm gonna get knocked up or anything. I just always wanted to be a mom and I figured I'd just adopt if I never found that person. And I literally made peace with it. I was like, I don't care. I'm in my late 20s. I don't want to do this shit anymore. He found me. We were there for like 3 years now.
Woo!
And we actually we just hit 3 years in March. And he He proposed to me during the
pandemic.
Yeah,
I see that ring on your face. I see that ring on your face. Look, you
already know. Diamond, bitch. I'm excited. I really was excited. And it came out of left field. And you know, it's funny, right at the beginning of the pandemic, my hair was pissing me off because it was 4 different textures. I'm all natural. And I decided to shave it. So I shaved it bald, just all the way to the scalp. Everyone thought there was something wrong with me. I actually had to warn my parents. I had to warn my dad. I was like, Dad, he was like, why'd you shave it? I'm like, Dad, there's nothing wrong with me. I didn't pull a Britney. I literally just needed to start this from scratch. I just needed to shave my head, and that's what I needed to do. I promised. Okay. And he was like, okay, as long as you're fine. And I'm like, I'm fine. And honestly, I want to tell every girl out there, shave your head. I cannot tell you the power I felt. It might have just been a Black woman thing. It might have just been a woman thing. Shaving that shit off, I felt better, prettier, stronger. My face looked great. Like I was like, oh, I'm bald. I got like 300 likes on Facebook for no reason. My sister called me a fan because everyone was just like, I can't believe you shaved your head. Oh my God. I'm like, it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was. Because nothing was happening during the pandemic. We're all scared inside. And I was like, I'm shaving my head. And it was fun. And then literally 4 months later, my now fiance proposed to me at this like park spot. And this is right when they let us open for like a little bit. PA was green for a little bit. They let us like go outside in groups of 10 and shit. So we planned our outdoor surprise engagement. It was one of the best days of my life. It was really nice. And it kind of brought me out of my little darkness for a little bit. Well, for a lot, but that lasted a few months. And then winter happened and I'm a sad person, you know, seasonal depression person. Yeah, it hit hard this year. It hurt. That one hurt. I literally didn't move from the couch. It was darkness. I might have been a vampire. It was a whole thing. But now in 2021, life is better. I got on my meds. I'm about to get off these meds because I don't need them anymore. School's over. Planning a wedding. I got a new job that literally started yesterday. It's great.
Okay. Okay, let me get it. You got something in that finance business type job?
I did. I got it in my degree, and I got such a substantial increase in pay. I was like, this job could suck, and you will never know from me. You will never know.
And that's beautiful though. Now I gotta ask, what inspired you like to go through all that? Because that's incredible.
It was a lot. It was it's like when right before my fiance found me, I just got out of another relationship. 4 years crushed me. It was my only long-term relationship because it was one of those left out of field breakups. So I had to start my life over because, you know, you wake up one day and your life is no longer going the way you thought it was going to go. So I had to leave the house we shared. My best friend found me an apartment. Like she had it, like I had like a week because he did it like the week we were supposed to re-up for our lease. So I had to tell them real quick, hey, we can't live here anymore. And I'm doing this crying because like I did it the next day. And she's be like, I had to find a new place to live. I'm sorry, keep my deposit. And they're like, it's fine. They're just really sweet to me about it. And within a week, I had a new apartment. I was moving closer to my job. My best friend lived like 10 minutes away. My sister was in the city where I worked. So my support system was right near where I needed to be. So I was where my support system was. I'm living my best life for a smooth 3 months. And then my fiance found me and just stayed on me. You know, like Offset stayed on Cardi B. That's basically what my fiance did to me. He just stayed on me because I was like, bruh, I just got a relationship over here broken. You sure you don't want to like go fuck other people? And he was like, no. I'm like, kind of damaged, don't care. Sweetie, I promise, don't fucking care. Like, all right, you're gonna regret this. And I made it really hard for him the first few months, and then we realized it wasn't going anywhere. So I was like, okay, let me stop being difficult. So I stopped. And then he came to this random master who does my life, and he's been great. Which kind of sucks. It's great, but I never thought I'd be like saved, you know, because I'm independent as fuck out here. But he did. He was really just helped me out. Like our first year of relationship was me starting school over because I know what to do with my life. So I was like, let me just go back to school till I figure it out. What else happened? I lost my job because I felt like I was going to lose it because I had a whole thing with this manager who hated me. Like it was a whole HR. People even told on him to HR for me without me having to ask. Because, you know, when white people say, hey, he's fucking up, but it was HR. They don't help you. They help his ass. So
Yep.
they just moved into a different department. And I was like, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to get fired. No one believed me. And my fiance was just like, just move in with me if you do. And I was like, that's too early. We're barely a year in. I'm trying to be respectful and shit. And then I got fired.
Dang.
I got fired literally the day I moved, like literally the next day. I moved in the day before, sold all my shit, moved in with him. Like at like lunchtime, you're like, okay, we're sorry to let you go. You can just like leave the rest of the day. I'm like, y'all could have told me this yesterday. I literally said, y'all could have told me this before I got dressed, spent money to park, and fucking work for 4 hours. That was rude as hell. And they made a joke. Would you rather have told you at home? Yes, I would have. But you know, he's like, no, I'm literally telling you, assholes, you could have fired me and not have to waste this money in gas. Anyway, and so yeah, crazy. It was literally right at right when the pandemic was about to start, because like, you know, December of 2019, I finally, because it took me 5 months to get a new job. December 19 got a new job. We're pretty sure I had COVID because I was sick for no reason. I was coughing up a lung for an entire week. Everything sucked. I couldn't move. It really sucked. Like I was trying, I couldn't breathe during Christmas dinner. But I was at home, and I guess I beat it or whatever. And I felt fine like 2 weeks later, but I always felt weak after. But I was fine. I'm fine. And then, you know, we hear the COVID, and then, you know, the COVID crap started coming up that we all peeped online. But, you know, our weak ass president was just like, it's not a big deal. But like the whole world, we're like talking to each other, like China, you know, like China's shutting down. The world is shutting down. And, you know, our dumbass president's like, it's fine. And then we had to fucking shut down in March.
Shut down. Yep.
And then, you know, that whole story. We're all depressed, sitting at home. I actually got engaged, got depressed again. And then life finally turned around literally 2 weeks ago. Because fun fact, when they gave me the offer was the same day we got my fiance's wedding suit, and the same day an offer we got accepted on a house. So we are literally in the middle. Not even in the middle. We just started. Literally, we had an inspection today.
That's a big inspiration though, right there. That's a huge inspiration though.
I mean, and this is a house I've been fighting these old people for 3 months. And my last, like, I don't know if you believe in God or anything, but I always believe that God hears you when you are just your most like vulnerable self. Like you don't have your mask up, you don't have your wall. Like you just say the thing you needed to say. And I remember I threw a tantrum the last time we saw this house. I was like, I'm sick of these fucking boomers. And, like I freaked out. Because they're old people. They're old people living in a retirement home. Like we know who they are. And they are not coming down in price. And their fucking realtor is a boomer too. And I swear on God, if I see her the minute we get the keys, I ever see her, we're squaring up. I don't care how old you are, you're catching this fade. Because she made this process so difficult. Our godsend of a realtor, he is such a nice guy. He gives me like, I don't swear on Sundays type of vibe. And this man, he's trying so hard, like nuance that he wants to beat this bitch up in his mind. He's like, she's just being so difficult. And just like, he just can't with her. And I'm over here like, go on, it's fine. I'm like, go ahead, it's fine. I swear here, you can tell me how you really feel. And he's like, she is great. I'm like, just say she fucking sucks, it's fine. She made this whole process so annoying. But yeah, I literally in the front of him, my fiance, and his mom was with us at the time because it was a freaky coincidence she had to come with us for this last showing. And I just did this thing where I stamped my feet, crossed my hands, just threw attention. This is bullshit. This is our house. I'm sick of this shit. And just like, ugh. And then we both decided to put in one final offer right after my fucking tantrum. And we find out like a few days later, they offer accepted. And my realtor did the funny thing. He's like, okay, you want good news or bad news first? I was like, give me the bad news. They always have bad news. And he was like, oh, there's no bad news. You guys got the house. We're all like, and I was like, you know, freaking out and like, yo, are you serious? And he was like, yes, their only condition is they're selling it as is. So if you see something in the home inspection, it doesn't fucking matter. If you're cool with that, we can start this process. And I was like, shut up. I'm so happy. And like, you ever do something so happy you feel like you're sold, you feel hugged and everything. And I haven't felt that feeling since I got engaged. And the time before that is when I walked across the stage for the first time for my bachelor's. Because that when I walked across the stage for my bachelor's, that bachelor's the hardest thing I ever done up until that point. And I felt so proud of myself. I like danced across the stage. I like, thank God, arms in the air. I swear I felt my grandma hug me from heaven. It was a whole thing. I just felt that warmth. It was great. And that was the third time I ever felt that warmth when he told us we got that house. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I was just so happy. I'm a little stressed now because of the amount of money they told us we had to bring to closing, but like it's
Oh, that's
it'll be
lovely.
okay. It'll be fine.
So what will you be doing at your job?
I work for this bank called FHL Bank, and they are a bank that funds institutions that help out your community. So we run 4 different programs, and the one I deal with the most are the ones that fund small businesses. So like say like a small business goes to a big business for a bank and they get denied because big businesses suck. They'll go to another institution, and then if they just need a little bit more for like buying a building or paying somebody, we supplement the rest of that.
Ooh.
And then other department I work with, literally we fund grassroots organizations that help homeless people.
Wow.
Literally, that's what we do. We give an annual grant every year for that. Or they say grant. I'm like, it's not a grant if I have to pay you back. Like it's not what a grant is. Anyway, grant means I don't pay the shit back. Anyway, I let it go. I'm not mad at them. So they literally give it to like the housing authority of the 3 states that we work with that help people who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. And we either fund them, and then they take that funds and give it to the grassroots people in their area. And I was like, dude, like, how do you feel about that? I'm like, I feel great. I would love to work for an institution because I like, as much as I want to directly help, I feel like I don't make a big of an impact. But if I can get behind the scenes of something and help, that's great enough for me. If I can help somebody financially, because I tell people financial tips all the time because I know a lot. I'm not a stock market person. That's my dad. But I know because he's a PhD in finance. I'm a master's. I'm gonna stay that way. God bless him, but not me. I ain't going past that. That degree almost broke me. Never again. I ain't go back to school. But I give people tips on how to save, or anyone who's just not familiar with like banks and shit and credit. I know all the tricks. So I just tell everybody that as I go about my life. I'm like, this is how you get down with this. I'm like, this is how you break this down. This is how you break your credit up quickly. And by quickly, I mean 6 months to a year. Like you want to do this, that, and the other. And it's annoying that no one tells you this, but if I hadn't gone to school, like I wouldn't have known this. So, or worked in a bank and worked in shit, like where my degree.
Exactly.
Like no thing. So every time I learn something in my position in like finance, I give out that information. Because if I got it, I want everybody else to get it. Because that's just how I am. I just like, if I know something good shit, I'm gonna share that shit.
Hey, I like that. Hey, I would definitely need some help in the future when it comes to finance. Ain't no doubt about that.
No, I can help you with retirement, but only with like Roth IRAs because that's the simplest thing. Or if you're lazy, just do a 401k and up that percentage.
See, and that's I've had, yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that because I'm doing self-employment stuff I'm doing, so I have to definitely learn about all that, you know.
Yeah, you need to get your taxes right. So just know that.
Yeah.
For self-employed people, y'all really you gotta dig. It's annoying, but you gotta dig for it. But they're there.
Facts. It's like, oof, woof. It's a pain. It's a pain being self-employed, and that's oof. Wee.
I know that's made for y'all built different because I am that 95 bitch. Like make your own money. I was like, I want to own shit eventually, but like the way I want to do it, I just want to be a silent partner. I don't want to do shit. Like that's like I know like that though. I'm 32. I know who I am. I will do something that I like, but at the end of the day, I want to make passive income if I can, and just like front you the money and you make me money. Facts. And then I help you here and there. But that's like,
yeah. So here we go to the question that we talked about. What was your COVID experience like? Like, what did you do?
What did I do? Okay, so I sat on the couch every day. Every day. No pants, just on the couch in a blanket, like this couch. I'm on the fucking couch. Like meanest couch for besties. And just struggled with the job I had at the time because when I entered them, it was a contract to hire, and the month they were going to hire us is when we went on lockdown. So they just extended all of our contracts all the way to October. I was mad as fuck because I didn't have benefits for the longest time. I just had to like pay shit out of pocket if I needed like control or something, and that was tough. So just struggling mentally to not like, and then knowing that so many people are dying and just like, and then, the Black Lives Matter got big ass traction. It hurts me that everybody says this is the first time. No, it's not. It's been a thing since Trayvon Martin. Y'all just didn't pay the fuck attention until today, until now. Like like the amount of people I've educated and argued with during this fucking pandemic has been ridiculous.
Black Lives Matter did start when Trayvon got
killed. I don't. It really hurts. Everybody forgets that he was basically our generation's Emmett Till. There was just no reason for him to die. And he kicked it off. Him and Tamir Rice and Eric Garner. Those were the ones that kicked that shit off. And Black people have been screaming ever since. But because everyone's captured shit on film now, since nobody wants to intervene anymore, they just capture it on film. That's why everybody else is getting mad. And then the whole George Floyd thing, that was what got everybody else's attention. Unfortunately for him.
Oh, it sucks that police officers are like that.
It really does, because we all knew that, but it was one thing to see it. It's Black people, we're traumatized enough, but to see that shit on camera and then see the laws that don't pass and don't shit, it's just we already.
And did you hear they gave that man 22 damn 20? What? I was screaming when I saw that. I said, "What in the flippity?"
You couldn't give him life in Gen Pop. That's all I wanted. Give him life in Gen Pop. Put him in jail. Don't put, because he's going to be in solitary. He's going to be in protective custody. No, put his ass in Gen Pop with the other fucking murderers and see how well he does. That's my justice. If you want to put a motherfucker in jail,
22 years, literally. 22 years. But y'all gonna give a black man who just steal $9 or who's just casually going on about their life. Oh, we're gonna give you a life sentence for just smoking weed, for stealing a t-shirt.
Huh? Yep. No, that's fine. It's just he can just murder people. It's fine.
It's fine. It's okay. Basically, that's basically what they said, that it's okay for white people to murder Black people. And guess what? We ain't gonna give you a long time for it because we like y'all.
You're not wrong. It just, oh God, it's just it hurt. It sucks because I feel like Black people and anyone who just wasn't lily white, you already had the pandemic stress, and then we had that fucking stress.
Exactly, and we already looked as targets enough. I've always said one thing. I feel like we need more interracial couples. I think that needs to be a thing, because I literally do not like seeing like the whites stick to the whites, and then you see a white person, she's with a Black guy, but it's not many of those relationships like that. It's like it's not accepted in that realm. But at the end of the day, I want that to be more acceptable. I want more people to accept the different minorities and races, and stop just looking at it as, oh, for me to be in a relationship with you, it has to be a race thing. Like, everybody's genuine in their own way, no matter what skin color they are.
No, I feel you. I have no beef with it. Literally, my fiance, white dude. My dad's wife, white woman. I don't know why it's us, but that's what happened, because we both tried to date everybody else. It didn't work out that way. These white people approached us and were like, cool. And that's how it worked out, because we don't give a shit, because we go by like who the person is. But you have to have those conversations like, hey, you cool with the culture? And I'm like, just so you know, you're dating a Black woman. This is because I had to give him a whole, like, he's a sheltered little thing. So sweet. The world has been so kind to him. And then he becomes my Black ass, just like, oh, the world fucking hates me. Are you ready for this? And he's just like, well, fuck, yeah, I guess so. But that's been kind of, not, I don't want to say fun, but that's been like interesting and a little rough to educate him in that sense, because he wasn't educated. Because you find out when you date outside your race, you find out what they're taught and how they're raised. So like you get a sense of like, why do people act the way they do? Not to mention my parents did that stupid thing where they put their Black ass child in a predominantly white place. So I've been like just navigating white people my whole life, whether I wanted to or not. And like, I could write a book. I honestly considering writing a book called How to Navigate White People. Because I swear I cracked the code. I've cracked it. I'm good at it. White people fucking love me, and I don't understand. Like,
See, my aunt's with a white guy actually, so I feel that. Yeah, my aunt's with a white guy. She's been married with him. I think it's been 8 years now.
yeah, actually, if you look at the trend, any black woman who married outside of race, they typically get married and stay the fuck married. And there's a whole, like, if you go on TikTok or any of these forums, the people who have those small minds, it's like you shouldn't date outside your race. I'm like, you're stupid. I'm expanding my dating pool. That's it. That's all I did. If that person just happens to be white, Mexican, Asian, whatever, cool.
It's
And
different
actually,
cultures. It's different cultures you get to learn about.
exactly. And I'm like, you could date within your race if you want to. I just personally don't like to be limited, but I'm also someone who's college educated. No offense, someone who's not college educated, but most college educated people aren't exposed to no one who's in their circle, no one who's outside their town, no one's outside of their, like, the way they think. So you're just going to stick to what you know. And that's all well and fine, but then that typically just breeds more ignorance. So, like, if you don't go to school, I need you to, like, leave your state. I need you to leave your town. I need you to leave your friend group for 2 minutes. Go somewhere the fuck else. Expose yourself to shit.
Facts. Or even just interview people. What I'm doing. Yeah. Take it.
Some people, like, I have a friend of mine, I literally slid her DMs, and I have, like, internet friends who, like, I haven't met. Besties. Like, they're once coming to my wedding. I was like, oh my God, we finally get to meet in person.
See, and that's how it is with my buddies on Xbox. I still have to meet them, and I've been knowing them. I've been knowing one of them for like 12 years, and the others I've been knowing them for like
Dude, you guys got to link up. You got to meet your internet buddies. Like, that's like, I haven't, this is going to sound real stupid because we were all raised with a stranger danger on the internet. And I'm like, no, meet your fucking friends. You met your friends on the internet, fucking meet them. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. The world might crash tomorrow. Go meet your fucking friends. Like, you're going to have a ball ass time.
Yeah, because y'all been like talking to each other for all these years. What's going on?
Exactly. It's probably one of the longest relationships you've had, like, or friendships. Like, just meet your friends.
Exactly. Go meet them. Like, say what's up. Hey, bro.
One of the girls at my wedding, we went to college together, but we weren't like friends. We were just cool. And we just would just tweet shit and, like, retweet each other, say, this is awesome, or just, hype each other up in the comments. And we did that for years, literal years after graduating. And then one day I was just like, she said she moved to Pittsburgh. And I was like, fuck, I'm in Pittsburgh. So I literally slid in her DMs. I'm like, hey, this is me asking if you want to hang out. Yes, I'm sliding in your DMs. Haha. And she was like, oh my God, I'm glad you did this, because I thought it was gonna be creepy if I did it. And I was like, girl, I don't give a shit. Like, I stopped caring about being creepy. Well, not creepy. I don't want to creep people out, but I mean, like, just like, I'm a social butterfly. So if I want to say hi or meet you, I'm going to. I'm just gonna be like, we need to hang out. Can we hang out? Cool. And we did, and she's at my wedding.
That is so lovely. That is so lovely. What a wonderful friendship right there.
Yeah, she's pretty great. And she's with an Afro Dominican right now. And I think this one's it. I think he's it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I was like, she just went to the Dominican Republic with his family. I'm like, sis, you in?
You in, sis, you in, yeah.
She's a white girl too. She's pale as shit, blonde. She is like, but she by choice. She's blonde by choice. But she's that woke white girl you like, not the one who's woke for performative. She's just like went to college, left her small ass grass town, and was just like, well, I've been fed shit my whole life. And she stopped. And she educated herself, became a cool person, joined shit like rugby.
She got rid of that stuck-upness, that she was taught.
Yeah. And it's so funny. She's a writer. She has a book of poetry coming out soon. And me and a bunch of her friends modeled some merch she did for the book. And when I looked around, I'm like, girl, you are the diversity. Like, her friend group is diverse. Like, corporate would jizz their pants if they saw the room I was in of her friends. She had a white girl from her hometown. She had 2 Asian girls. She had 2 black girls. Me and a she was either light skinned or mixed, but either way, light skinned girl. Pretty sure she had a lesbian up in there. Another type of white girl. Like, she had a mix of bitches. And I was just like, you are the diversity. You're the diversity star. You're the one who can bridge the gap. Like, I did a whole thing. It's just being a fucking nerd. I was like, oh God, I want her to get married so bad to this dude, because I think he's it. He's tits. and all her other relationships were messed up white dudes. So I'm just like, it cracks me up. We both joked how like we dated in our race and it worked out so badly for us. But the minute we both left, it worked out wonderfully.
And that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. Like when you are with somebody of your race, it seems like it doesn't like always work out.
Not to me. Everyone hates when you say shit like that because they're just like, "Oh, you're." I'm not fucking coon, okay? I'm just going with my own personal life experience.
Yeah.
I dated in my high school. They sucked because they would cheat with me, leave me because I wouldn't put out because I was, black women. We were raised in the church. I didn't fucking put out until like college. Like I was like,
that's what I'm saying. All they want you to do, all these black dudes, yeah, put out for me, honey. Put like, bro, why are you trying to slide in? Chill out.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm in high school. I know that's what you doing, but like, my mom would fucking kill me. Like, my grandma lived out. I live out in the woods. Like, how the fuck am I gonna sneak out? Fuck y'all. And that girl, she went through it. She had an abusive boyfriend, the last one around. And I'm like, this fuck. I'm like, girl, I'm glad you left. You deserve way more than that. Then she met this sweet ass dude, and God, I haven't even met him yet. Another thing. I talked to her boyfriend on fucking Twitter. Like, when she got serious with him, it was the pandemic, so like we didn't really see each other.
We started to see each other, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then she pops up with this relationship. I'm like, ooh, who's this guy? Is he talking about? She's like, oh, St. George, he's so cute. I was like, oh, he is cute. Show me a picture. I'm like, I know that's right. Afro-Dominican. He plays the sax. I'm like, girl, lock that shit down. But yeah, she went on vacation and his mom was there. I'm like, is she like? I was like, you're in. The mom likes you. You're good. You're fine.
Mama loves you. Mama bear.
You good? And you went to Dominican with him? Like, come the fuck on. They invite me on family trips and shit. I don't know. I'm happy for her. So I tend to talk to my friends when I'm happy about them. She's just awesome.
Most cutest thing ever. So one of my last questions I want to ask is what are the things you want to tell people about you? Interesting things about you.
Let's say interesting things. I was raised a military brat. Yeah, I used to say this thing to like racist people. They'd be like, "You're not American. You're not from here." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I was born in a military base in Texas. I'm way more American than you. Eat a dick." And I would keep it moving. That used to be my favorite thing. That's something about me because I had to fight a bunch of racist white kids my whole life. I got real quick with the comebacks. Like they're real quick. I come up with just the wildest shit, and I know they're wild, but they come out. So here we are. So I would say shit like that and just keep stuff like that. I lived all over the place. First few years of my life I spent in Germany. My sister literally can't be president because she was born in Germany, like on German soil, because she has a German birth certificate. So she's only a U.S. citizen.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So, that's a fun fact. I went to Tokyo for my 30th birthday. That was tits. Had the best time. Japan's cool, and that was probably the nicest I've ever been treated at a place. Like I always tell whenever I get on like travel black Twitter, I always put go to Tokyo because we always have to look up what's racist so we can go to it.
Yeah.
Tokyo, not racist. Tokyo's not racist. People, they were helpful. They were friendly. They were polite. The only thing, we went to like some hotel and they said if you can't speak Japanese, you can't stay here. And I'm like, that's fine. Yeah, but I mean that's fine. Like I don't fucking live here. And then we went to the second one. It's perfectly nice. They're fine with it. They're like, they had a literal translator. They're like, hotel. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, cool, point. And it's like, yeah, they're fine with it. They're really nice. It just depends. But everybody else, they were nice. No one cared that we couldn't speak the language that much. We figured it out. Google Translate was my friend. We got lost in the train system once. We looked lost. This older Japanese lady broke in English, like, you lost? And I was like, yes. She's like, where do you go? And I pointed and I tried to say that. I think I said Akihabara. And she was like, red, left, because they're all colored. And so she said, red, left, stay left. And I was like, thank you. Arigato. And we just took off to the train. That was one of my favorite things. I was like, oh, that's so nice. Because I feel like you were any fucking where else, they're gonna let you look lost until you say, hey, can you help me? They'll look like you have two heads if you're somewhere else in America. So I'm like, just need people to be more kind. Just be kind like that Japanese lady in that fucking subway when we were lost. It's just so helpful. Oh, that was fun. Oh, and last thing, I'm a dork. Like I look, you see this dark black woman. I'm like, I watch anime,
I do too.
love anime, love Disney. I watch every show on Netflix. Like I'm a Sailor Moon nut. Like I'm a whole ass Moonie. Sailor Moon came to Netflix. I almost died. Watch all that stuff. I'm reading mangas now. Like I'm reading like Avatar. Right now. I literally bought that yesterday.
Hey, it's okay though. It's okay. A nerd doing her thing, being successful, got her MBA in finance, and has been okay. No. I respect that. I respect all of that. You feel me? Like you got the rights to do that. You got the rights to relax now. What
Yeah,
you mean?
there's
What you
nothing to know when you don't have any assignments due. Swear to God, like I was sleeping well lately because that shit wrapped up last week. I turned in my last final last Friday.
See, you get to relax now. Relax.
Even though I don't know if I'm pretty sure I passed, but like I'm too scared to look. But I got A's on everything, so we'll see. Even if the project sucks, I still did everything else, so it should be fine.
Oh, you passed. You passed. You got a job coming up.
I passed. It's fine.
Got a job coming up. You got all that stuff coming up. So you got so many blessings coming into your life, and that's inspiring. You feel me? That's so inspiring. Like we need more. We need more of that. Like that's very inspiring. And that's another thing. Like Black people being successful is like something I really love so much within our community because it shows that we don't have to be in the streets all the time. We ain't got to be in these streets. We can try to actually do something with ourselves and our lives and try to be better people and better individuals. That's how we got to do it.
I agree. This is the happiest I've ever been, the most successful I've ever been. It took me to 32, which is fine. I didn't think I owned my first house this early. Because fun fact, my dad got his first house 3 weeks ago. Like he got his doctorate, he remarried. I have a 2-year-old sister. She's my age, it's fine. His new wife is my age, it's fine. We're done. I've known for 5 years, it's fine. And he's happy again. I have a new baby sister and he got a new house. He finally owns his own house and he's 56.
Ooh.
And he's happier than a clam. And I'm just like, we're both just happy. And me and my sister have always prayed he found somebody else after him and my mom divorced, because it was a terrible divorce. It was very ugly. She was very much a bitter baby mama.
Ooh.
She was got custody of us when she really should have gave us to our dad, but that's a whole other thing. We're past it. But yeah, he's happy. We're over the moon that he's happy. Found his person. He has another baby to take care of, because my dad was one of those people I swear was only put in deserve to be a dad. He is the best. So I know he's having a blast with his little 2-year-old. And we're going to go see him on this weekend, actually.
Lovely.
Yeah, so, we're going to do some corny family shit, and I love that. I'm excited.
Hey, I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm happy for you in your life, and I wish you nothing but the best. And honestly, you know what? We're gonna do follow-up interviews. I always do follow-up interviews with everybody. I think it's always good to see how everything looks in 3 to 5 years. So we definitely gonna catch up and see how everything's going. And by the time that happens, I'm pretty sure you'll be married.
Yeah, my wedding's in 3 months. So yeah.
Awesome.
I was like, sweetie, I'm in my 30s. We're not waiting.
Well, if you want, my Twitter's always open. You can send pictures of the wedding, how it went, and most definitely, I can't wait to see.
You're gonna get sick of me, because the minute we get them pictures, I'm telling every fucking body. I'm like, my dress is bomb. I'm like, I just want to wear it.
Okay. I can't wait to see it all. This is gonna be lovely, and congratulations.
Thanks so much.
On a wonderful marriage, on a happy, healthy marriage, and God is gonna bless you both. So I'm glad that you two are very happy, and y'all will continue to bless this world. So I appreciate the love.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that so much. It's nice to hear sometimes.
No problem. Well, thank you so much, Janaya. I appreciate it.
No problem. Also, Janaya, long A.
Janaya. I knew I was gonna say it. I knew I was gonna either say Janaya or Janaya. I knew Janaya's with an I and Janaya's with an A. There we go.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
See, there we go. There we go. Okay. Thank you so much, Janae. I appreciate you.
No problem at all.
We'll look forward to speaking with you again in the future.
Same here. You have a good one, dude.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Peace.
Peace.